Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Karn Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game 1 against what looks like Zoo. Imprint the Drifter, play the Talisman, and pass. In worst case scenario, here's a force, but I don't think Zoo plays too many forces. At most, I've seen maybe one or two, but Talisman resolves. We would like a way to resolve this Null Drifter after casting this K return. Would allow us to clear the board of a Scion onto at the very least. In general, land would be good, because then that would allow me to K command X equals 1 if they have El Ragavan. Looks like maybe no Ragavan. Yeah, I'll have to look at the reports, but it definitely feels like Moto's lagging a bit. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like every time before a new release, something with Moto breaks. Like, I'm kind of used to it with, I used to play Dead by Daylight, and it felt like every update something broke there too. Because they're on end step. The timer's still... Okay. I was about to say, the timer's still ticking. Now we should do Talisman first. Rumble. Kind of was what I'm worried about. Stubborn Denial. No. But Jukabog. Target you. And pass. Yeah, because I'm definitely connected to land right now. Let's take a look at the Discord, see if people are complaining about it. General chat. Not seen anyone specifically mentioning it. Draw. Temple. So we have Temple, we have K command X equals 5 and a K return. Well, I want the K return to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only problem is I need a land. So I go 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we can actually go... Yeah, we should be able to do both. To 15. To Zakavu. End step. K command X equals 5. And done. I don't think there's a way for them to counter this. Ugin. Ugin's interesting to me. Bottom. The only problem with Ugin is 5, 5, 7. So 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6. We could get a land. Bottom Misty. Top. Top. And top. Okay, I have ideas. Draw. So if I go 5, 7, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Yes. Actually, first, Ugin, Lab, Trigger. No imprint. Ugin. Ugin, target, leyline. Oh, shoot. I didn't even realize the... I didn't even realize about the Kavu. They only had fetches. That's funny. It's like, wait, why the Kavu just die? Because my plan was just the minus. And then to cast Drift. That's really funny to me. No targets. I mean, kind of same result. Another K return. So now we can block the Sign of Draco. That's really funny. Well, they can get Domain again at the very least. They'll have to shock and then fetch for a Triumph, though. Rumble is nice. Worst case scenario here would probably be a Leyline Binding. But beside that, I think we're in a good position. One, two, three, 7, 10. We're short 3 on Emrakul. Otherwise, we can play pretty much anything in our deck. Fetch Wooded Foothills. Yeah, this is why it's important to not just have fetches. And then shock Hollowed Fountain. No, it can't be Hollow Fountain. It has to be Temple Garden. Yes. Okay, so yeah. Then we will see Leyline Binding, target Ugin, I imagine. Go to combat. At me. Yeah, go for it. That's bait. Down to 11. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. We can double K return if needed. And Bone scoops it up. Alright, we'll take the win against Zoo. Yeah, a bit of a misplay there by opponent. They should have... I guess they weren't able to fetch right away, but they definitely should have at some point. Let's take a look at the sideboard guide real quick for Zoo. Bring in... Let's see. Karn Eldrazi Ramp. For Zoo, Consign, and that's it. Cutting Karn and... Ghost Quarter? Yeah, Karn and Ghost Quarter. Karn and Null Drifter. How did I not cut Ghost Quarter against Zoo? Yeah, I think it's just right to cut Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I'm trying to think why I wouldn't. And I guess we're able to hit lands, and it can be relevant theoretically speaking, but yeah, no, I'm not entirely sold on that. I think keeping the Null Drifter is probably better. On the play for game 2, I will keep Fetch Tisla Ragavan. No, Temple Garden Shock. Nakadal. Okay. Imprint. The Emrakul Talisman. And pass. Next turn we'll Soin Mycospawn to ramp again. There is some thought to going for Cavernous Soul so we can resolve the body, even if we don't resolve the triggers. Red Source for Kavu. Yep. Yeah, I wish I had one more mana. If I had a gemstone, we could have gone there. Draw. Chrysalis is, I think, correct here. Chrysalis. And passing. And hold. Yeah, because now they can attack in with Cub. It's 5/5. They hold back the Nakadal. That's fine. If they don't hold back the Nakadal, we'll block the Kavu with a spawn. We might just do that regardless. Interesting. Why give me the Nakadal? I mean, it's bait, clearly. Discard a card, draw a card. Exile. Sack 1. Trigger. What say you, opponent? Yeah, this feels weird. That's fine. Why do that way? Draw. Blue, green, white, temp. Kick Myco, go for temp. Do you have a consign? If so, what do you consign? Paying cost for consign to memory. Spectral denial. No and no? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Kavu shrinks, so does Nakadal. I'll go with Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. And pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I block with Eldrazi spawn? No reason not to right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we can cast everything with the exception of Emrakul. Kavu trigger. Discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Pitches a Brawler. Go to blocks. And pass. Down to 14, fetch Arid Mesa for Lush Portico. Why not do that beforehand? Or at least before damage. Tribal Flames denied. Well, that will, I think, do them in. Unless they have a way to deal with the Sire. Play Wooded Foothills. And pause on Unstep. Alright, what say you, opponent? Do you have a solution for Sire's 7 deaths? Red-green for a Kavu. Tribal Flames down to 4. Okay, we're not dead yet. Ragavan. Alright. Draw. Oh, I should have fetched. Whoops. Attack with Sire. I mean, no matter how you block here, Sire lives. Because if you block with Kavu and whatever, I just kill with Kavu. Yep, down to 4, so now it's pseudo hexproof. Draw 2. Is a world break. Play a breeding pool, tapped, and pass. Yeah, so short of outright killing me, you just lose. Solid stuff. Alright. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright. Enter back for match 2 on the play for game 1. That's so funny. So I'll say hello to MG1997. Appreciate you for watching my videos. Apparently they're quite literally watching a video right now. I'm tempted to keep the temple. It does make me wonder if they are on Eldrazi Ramp, and so it does feel a bit slow. But okay, we'll keep this. We have 7 hits off the top for a K Command X2, another 3 hits for Malevolent Rumble. Yes, Gemstone Caverns. That is a good start. Well, yeah, exiling is the question. A Karn. So it actually might be 1-for-1 my deck. Alright, well, we'll open up with Temple. Yeah, Gemstone Caverns is gonna be a bit scary. Yeah, if they go Gemstone, Soul Land, Talisman, Rumble, we are SOL. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. That's still really bad for me. That's pretty solid. That, on the other hand, is not. That's 4, meaning if they have Soul Land and a Myco, we're in danger. We could still go K Command X1. It at least helps us out a little bit. Yeah, 10 hits off the top and whiff. So hold the K Command. 4 cards in hand. Gemstone Caverns up to 5. Is green. So that tells me it's not a Writhing Chris. Gonna pause on end step. Makes me think that they have a K command, and that will be a beefy K command 2. K command X equals 1. Sprawl is net neutral for what it's worth. Like, I want to draw into a Soul into a Myco spawn. The chances of that happening are so slim, though. Let's go for it. Karn's not bad, though. Draw. Writhing Crest. Well, damn. Now I wish I had the Utopia Sprawl. Karn. Floats the Talisman because they have a K command. Yup. That's a K command. X equals what, 3? Yeah. Unfortunately, don't have enough mana for an EE. They'll still have access to 4, 7 mana next turn, even if Karn breaking the Talisman. I have no playables next turn. Yeah. 2 top, 1 bottom draw. We'll minus Karn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 at most. We'll go for liquid metal coating and pass. Actually, I did play land. Yeah. Thought for a second I didn't. I was like, wait 1 second. Nope, we did. Cool. Alright, let's see what you got. If you have castables, we're probably going to be in a bit of trouble. Tis a Miko spawn. Excuse me. I mean, a Micah spawn or a World Breaker would be troublesome. Malevolent Rumble. Interesting. Chooses Temple. Ghost Quarter. Yes. If I can draw into a land, that would be ideal. So we can go EE for 0 and coding. Draw. Perfect. So in that case, Karn minus. Yes. For engineered explosives. EE for 0. Liquid metal coating. Go to upkeep. Liquid metal target lab. You do need to empty their yard at some point. They're at 5. If they float here, then it means that they have a K command. They return. Perfect. EE for 0 and pass. Alright, so they're gonna have at most 4 mana. 4 types, I'm at 8. There's the temp. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a Writhing Crest. I need a blocker now. Can't be countered. Yeah, so I need a red source for the Writhing Crest. Utopia Sprawl would be ideal. Temp. Huh. 4 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, I mean, I can protect a Karn with the liquid metal coating for what it's worth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is a little bit too close for comfort for me, though. So in that case, liquid metal coating, target temp. Karn, target temp. Hedge Maze, trigger. K return to yard. And pass. And pass. So Karn will be down 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again, we're short 1. Karn down. Windswept Heath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short on the Emrakul that we know that they have in hand. It's 19. Forest. Sprawl. Blue and draw. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't do both. So we go E-temp. Do we drift or do we sire? Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. We pass. And pass. Do you have another 7 mana value spell in hand? You do. So you have Emrakul. Here's the good news of the Sire. They actually can't have me slam into Emrakul because it has Menace. So Sire's clear, hence why we cast that and not the Null Drift. Yeah, none of this is good for you. You don't want to cast pretty much any of it. I guess you can evoke the Null Drift, but even that would be bad. I guess you could try and dig for a Bajuka Bog. As a thought. Because, yeah, we can slam their Emrakul into our Emrakul. Sire attack in. Actually, we can block. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. Because we can split the damage between Sire and Emrakul, so only their Emrakul dies. Yeah, we're in a solid position. Yeah. Basically, this gave me a free draw. No, I was about to say, don't do that. Don't do that. That would be a bad idea. So yeah, we draw Sanctum of Ugin. Yes. combat. Down to 12. Our turn, comrade. Draw. Rumble. I will cast Rumble. Actually, yeah. Cast Rumble. Green, colorless. Tis a Karn, tis an Ugin, tis a forest. You don't need any of that. Sprawl, sack. Return Null Drift to hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, even if they play Null Drift, it will not matter. And pass, because we have the World Breaker, so World Breaker will just exile whatever they play. And Bone scoops it up. I guess I shouldn't have returned the Null Drift because they wouldn't have had enough mana to cast it otherwise in retrospect, so a little bit of misplay on my part. And for game 1, I'm going to assume it's pretty much 1-for-1 my list. So they'll be bringing in Consigned Memory, and we'll be bringing in Consigned Memory. Oh, good times. Yeah, it's kind of wild how often this happens. Like I've said before, I'll never get used to it, but I always appreciate when you guys say hi. I will keep. So I'm gonna go Forest, Utopia Sprawl, Temple, Rumble, and then Rumble Myco. We pass. Tis a Forest, tis a Sprawl. For blue or for red? For blue. Draw, Misty, Fetch. For Breeding Pool, Shock, Sprawl. For red, pass. And pass. Ugin Lab, Imprint, 3 cards. Do you have a Myco into a Ghost Court? Ghost Court would set me back a little bit, but it wouldn't advance you either. So some give and take there. There is some thought to where if they don't go that route, we do. Also Writhing Chris. Writhing Chris, I think will do it. Let's see if you have a consign. Or a K command. K command, X equals 2, meaning that they do have access to a 7-mana value spell next turn. We hold. I mean, yeah, if they kick a Myco spawn, it would be kind of unfortunate. And kicked Myco spawn. Exile Breeding Pool. Yeah, that's correct. What do you grab with the fetch? Ghost Court. Ghost Court's actually kind of okay here. It sets them back. They're not moving forward. There's so few cards in hand. I'm not too afraid of that. Another Myco spawn. Temple. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same time, like I said, if they don't have anything, yeah, I think we just rumble. There's Karn and pass. No attacks. And hold. Two, rumble. You might need to go for the Wooded Foothills. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain if the Ghost Court was right. Just because now you kind of are stuck. If yeah, they couldn't have known about the second soul land in hand. Chooses World Breaker. Okay, they have the land. Fetch Running Cat. 5 types in yard. Or forest. Tis a Miko spawn. Tis a Karn. Karn minus. So we're gonna go after Emrakul then. Yeah. Tormod's Crypt, so they're afraid of our Emrakul. That is fair. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But we're one soul land off, so yeah. That's a reasonable consideration. They're at 5, 2 cards in hand, one of them's a World Break. So increase the number of types in yard for them up to 6. That resolves. Draw. Cavern Souls, name Eldrazi. Trigger 1. Trigger 2. Tis a sowing Myco spawn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the Emrakul. Thank you. And we'll go with a... I'm gonna go Bajukabog. I'm not too worried about it right now, so I'm gonna go Ugin Lab Imprint. Play Talisman. Go to combat. Swing at Karn. Block the Miko spawn, that's fine. And pass in full. And opponent scoops it up. GG's opponent. Alright, solid 2-0 win against Eldrazi Ramp. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. The hand's really doing nothing here, right? Like, what makes the hand good? Soul lands ish. Ish is kind of carrying that quite hard. I'll mulligan here. This is better. We will pitch the Ugin. Done. Lab. Imprint. Sire. Cast Talisman and pass. Alright, so we're looking at a Writhing Chrysalis on 2 into a Kicked Myco Spawn on turn 3 if everything goes well. Alright, looking like blue Belch. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. A little bit concerned about a force here, I'm not gonna lie, so I think I'm gonna play it. I mean, if they were going to, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. It's mana neutral next turn, so it's fine. Pass. We'll be able to knock him down 2 lands next turn. Well, the best thing they can actually play next turn is a blocker, because we're going to start just slamming face here, and they're going to be set back to turn 0 basically, otherwise. Nothing. Alright. Draw. Another sprawl. Trigger 1. Always yield. Trigger 2. Kick. Kick the Myco Spawn. And Ghost Quarter. Very much a kick them while they're down moment. And Bone scoops it up. Alright. So this is blue Belcher, win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Let's take a look at the Belch. Barrage Consign, 1 Jailer. And we're cutting Sire. Cutting K return. And 1 Chrysalis, I was about to say. Alright, let's run it back. I mean, opponent's going to be bringing in some number of Harbinger, Consign, and maybe Commandeer. Also, probably a basic. It does mean that like going for the Ghost Quarter might not be the best idea. We'll have to wait and see. It really is dependent on a few things. I'll keep this. We'll pass. It's a little bit interesting, but I think we can make it work. Plaza. Draw. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Land. Top. Pass. Pass. No Lotus Blooms. We don't need to run out the Jailer just yet. We can instead hold the Consign. Draw. Temp. Talisman of Curiosity. Pass. Consigning the Talisman. Interesting. Doesn't really change our next turn all too much. We're gonna go Forest, Talisman, hold up the Hedge Maze. I wonder if they figured that we're trying to hold up a blue source. Yeah, that, or they just didn't want us ramping, which is also fair. Another Soul Land into kicked Micro Spawn would definitely hurt quite a lot. Jawari Ruins. And holding. We draw. Speak of the Devil, and it shall appear. Talisman. Unfortunate truth is, if they Jawari, we don't tap the Hedge Maze, which will be quite the significant tell for them that we have a Consign in hand. Yeah, I wonder if maybe I should have went for the Talisman of Impulse before the Curiosity. We'll hold. I would love a land off top so I can kick Myco Spawn. Again, not sure about going for the Ghost Court. There's Seagate. Do you bolt it and try and land the Belch? That'd be the best case scenario for us. Bolt to 17. They have to have the Belch. There's no way they don't. No Lotus Blooms, though. What you thinking, opponent? I mean, at most I run 3 consigns. So what are the odds, eh? I mean, keeping up the Hedge Mage, trying to resolve the Talisman of Curiosity early, it definitely feels like it. So if I was them, I'd be thinking I have the consign. Though sometimes you do just have to play into it, regardless, right? I think that's what they're trying to come to a decision of. Do they just have to go for it regardless? Or can they hold? If they do hold, what's the benefit of holding, given that I can replicate? I will say if they do hold, we can't really play the Myco Spawn just because we would be playing into a consign, and that would mean shields are down. That, and I kinda want to have 2 mana up for Consign so I can replicate. Tameshi resolves. Holding up blue. Draw. Tease the rumble. We can still actually get what we want. Well, actually we can just hit Tameshi. So hitting Tameshi, the main issue with that, of course, is then we don't have a blue up. So I think instead we will rumble and hope to find a land. We do find lands. Windswept Teeth. Play Windswept Teeth. Fetch with Windswept Teeth. Go Forest. Attempt to resolve Talisman. Attempt to resolve Jailer. Jailer resolves, and we have Consign up. Maybe it was right not to play the Talisman, though. Yeah, I think in retrospect I probably should have held, because now they do have access to a Flare. Seagate Reborn. Bolt. Paying cost for Belch. In response. Pass. Yeah, I think I did make a mistake by playing the Talisman. I should have held for the Replicate. That way if they sack for the Flare, then we would still be able to ensure that Consign went through and Belch was countered. Because now we need to dig for Karn. Yeah. Yep, so we made a mistake. Let's start with Rumble. Null Drifter Ugin. Neither one of them really helped me here necessarily. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so like I said, I did make a mistake. I got a bit greedy. And I realized it too immediately after. Do you have the Consign? If you have the Consign, you have the win. If you don't, we dig 4, we can find the Karn. That's 2 out of 40, so 1 out of 20, roughly 5% per card seen. There's the Consign, and we concede. Alright, yeah, so I messed up. I was talking about how I want to hold up an extra mana for the Consign so we could replicate, and then I absolutely just got greedy. So that's on me. I punted that. Alright, well, I'll cut the gemstone, bring back in the chrysalis, and run it back. Unfortunate. I knew the risk, and That was dumb. All that is to it. Keep. And that's gonna be a quick Karn. Verdant Catacombs, pass. Put a pause on end step. Fetch Verdant Catacombs for a hedge maze. Trigger. Talisman on top. Pass. Do you have a force? You do not. And pass. Sporific Springs, Bolt. Archaeologist could have the flare. Snapback. Interesting. Imagine they grab the Seagate. Yep. Not worried about a flare here. Play Ghost Quarter. Pass. And hold. Tapped and hold. And draw. Misty Rainforest. Fetch. For forest. Trigger 1. Trigger 2. Trigger 3. Ugin target Flaji. Go to combat. There's the flare that we were expecting. So now we're hoping that Karn will be in the clear next turn. Attack with Riding Chris. And pass. Down to 13. Paying cost for Falaji. There's the Charbelch. Do you take the Charbelch? Yep, chooses the Charbelch. Sporific Springs. Do you bolt down to 10? Do not. Draw. Sire's 7 death. Go to combat. No blocks, down to 9. Brawl. For red, Karn the Great Creator. Do you have a flare? Do you have a consign? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd be one short of the Sire. I mean, what we kind of need at this point is if Karn doesn't resolve, we're going to specifically need a K command. So we can just win on the spot. Resolves. I'm not even sure what we would grab here is the problem. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I guess we could go EE. Tormod script's not doing a lot. 2, 4, 6. Chalice wouldn't be an option. Yeah, that's a good question. I think I might just plus. Is there any reason to plus? I think I'm minus. And go liquid metal coating. And pass. And hold. So we know they have the Charbelch, but I need to deal with the Karn first. There's Charbelch. That resolves. Another land. Consign to memory. Cast Talisman of Curiosity. Cast Liquid Metal Coating. Liquid Metal Coating, target light source. Karn tick up. Go to combat. Attack. Next question is whether or not we want to Ghost Quarter. question is, do we think they brought in a mountain? I'm gonna say they did. We'll hold for the consign. Yeah, we want to go for the white sources so they can't Tameshi pick up springs. They're going to have to eventually block the Writhing Chrysalis as well, lest they lose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they already have the Belcher on board. We could go 3, though, for the Sporific Springs. Oh, hold on. There's the mountain. So now we can guarantee Ghost Quarter working the way we want it to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The question is, do we want to? Was there an argument to counter Thundertrap Trainer's trigger of Consign? Maybe. Seagate. They already played a land, though. And hold. Draw K command. So, Liquid Metal Coating, target Plaza. Karn plus target Plaza. Go to combat. Alright, so they do block. End step. Ghost Quarter, target, Sporific Springs, or Archive? We'll go Archive. So they can't deal with Karn and deal with, and activate Belcher on the same turn. So we're good there. There's the Seagate down to 2. Meaning, if I go K command here, x equals 3. If they have a counter for it, that's actually fine, because then I can always Liquid Metal Coating target Karn, Karn target self, and that'll also be lethal. This is just trying to bait out a counter spell. It also plays around the possibility of them having a bounce spell specifically for Karn, so they can win on the same turn. So if this works, we might be in the clear. Lethal's on board. The K command resolves. Liquid Metal Coating target Karn. Karn target self. Go to combat. And attack with both. And opponent scoops it up. We got there. Ooh, that Belcher was ever present and looming over my head, but we got there in game 3. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. Bit of an awkward hand. It's drawing to a forest would help. Drawing into a soul land would make it better. I'll keep it. I have a decent number of hits. Oh, it's Belcher again. God dang it. Alright. Well, you definitely want Sowing might go spawn then. We also could just go Ghost Quarter. I think we go Hedge Maze, Trigger. So at least we have a playable next turn. Force top. Pass. So yeah, I think we Ghost Quarter Plaza. Sprawl onto Hedge Maze for red. Draw. Ghost Quarter, target Plaza. I know you don't got no basics main. Phase change. Second main, sprawl. Shoal. Pass. And pass. Stern Scolding Main. Interesting. Was not expecting that. Seagate. Thunder Trap. Archaeologist. I imagine Razor Grass. I guess, yeah, can be bolted in. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. Yee. Talisman. Pass. Yeah, I really needed that sprawl. Honestly, I'm not even sure. I guess, yeah, the sprawl still would have been good because if we find a soul land here, we'll be able to kick, but now we can't. Argo's Court is already out, so our best chances now land into Karn? Question mark? Ugh. Yikes. If I find a fetch into Chrysalis could be okay. Razor Grass. 11. Tameshi. No Bloom though, so that's fine. Draw. I think we go Myco Spawn. Myco Spawn, Lab, Tuck, Sire Drift. We'll go Sire. Resolves. Cast Talisman and pass. This way we can cast the Worldbreaker. If they just go Belcher, pass, we can get rid of the Belcher. Pass. So like I said, they just go Belcher, pass, we're fine with that. If they don't, then we play Null Drift. And we start attacking the resources that way. Okay. It would have been nice to kick, admittedly. But we're still in a good spot. 2. What does... Archaeologist, hoping for a Lotus Bloom maybe? But you wouldn't want to use the white then, right? Huh. Blue. Could just be a trainer. Do they realize that they don't want to tap the white for Archaeologist? That'd be my guess. Jawari. Okay. White. Blue. What in the world are you thinking of playing? Interesting. I mean, the good news is they don't have a whir. Draw. Verdant Cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to combat. Down to 8. Fetch Verdant Cat. Shock Stomp. Confirming one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Trigger 1. Always yield. Trigger 2. Always yield. Trigger 3. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Null Drift. Draw 2. Sire 7 deaths. We'll pass. And pass. Blue, blue. Oh no, I should have. Ah. If I went for the blue source. Because now they have enough. Shit. I was considering whether or not we play the breaker. The thing is, I think I may have gone after the field if I had to get rid of the white. Because in my mind, their out was not were, but was instead archaeologist to mill over. If I would have thought about the were, maybe I should have hit blue. Because now they can play Belcher, activate Belcher, and win. I mean, it was also possible they would have had the extra blue. Yeah. Versus if they didn't have the were and they just played the Belcher, then we have the world break. So I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know what the right move there is. Alright, let's run it back like this though. Damn. Yeah, I thought I had something. But I suppose not. Yeah, because it's clear they had the Belcher in hand. But it wasn't clear that they had the were. I guess we had breakered. Would have put them down to 3. Even if they had the Belcher. The problem is you wouldn't win. Yeah, we're still short. Alright. Well, on the play for game 2, I will keep. You do need to draw into some action, but we have plenty of hits off the top from Riding Chrysalis, Sowing Mycospawn, Karn, K-Command, Malevolent Rumble, so we have plenty of options. Draw. Forest. Sprawl. Red. Pass. And pass. Plaza. Passing. Draw. To the Stomping Ground. I will play E-Temp and pass. No reason to play Lab. And pass. Seagate Reborn. Bolt for Archaeologist. We'll pass in full. There's Charbelch. Do you grab Charbelch? No. So I suggest you probably have a Charbelch in hand. Draw. I'm going to play around to Meshi and Bajukabog target you. And pass. And pass. Next turn we can World Break. Get rid of a Plaza or get rid of the Reborn. 2. Trainer. Well, what does Trainer find? Trainer finds a Whir, so we definitely want to get rid of a land. We draw. Lab. Imprint. World Break, hit Plaza. Do you Flare of Denial? You do not, so at least we have a beater on board now. However, we aren't out of the woods yet. If they have a land, they can still Whir. If they have another one that's untapped, then they can just win the following turn if they have the Belcher in hand. Seagate to 14, they have 2 blockers and the Whir, so if they have another untapped land, they can win. Draw. Emrakul. 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to combat. Yeah, so we can go 7, 8. It's not enough for Emrakul though. Play the Stomping Ground, tapped, and pass. I mean, they're going to work for 0. Like I said, if they have the land, then they win. Work for 0. Bloom. And passing. And there it is. Bolt to 6. Belcher. Yep. Why are you holding? Weird. Yeah, I mean, you got it. Actually, not necessarily. Did you get your mountain? You didn't bring it in. Interesting. Possibly because they didn't see Ghost Quarter last game? Potentially. Unfortunate. Yeah, we're kind of just drawing out the top of that point, hoping, but they got the whir. We're into the Belch. Is what it is. Maybe I could have played a bit more aggressively, but not sure. Well, with that being said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1, and we're playing against another one of my community members. That is 3 times in the last 10 matches. What a wild time. But we'll keep this. This is actually pretty solid. There's Devourer. Forget if they're on Tron or if on Ramp. We'll Gemstone. I mean, I'm tempted to Gemstone pitch the Ghost Court. On one hand, I kind of want to pitch the Ghost Court. On the other hand, I kind of want to keep it. We could pitch the Lab, but I also want to feed Sire to it, so I think I do pitch the Ghost Court. And pass. We'll get a good look at what we're playing against. If it's Tron, or if it is something else. Looking like Tron. No, it's E Aggro. With Chalice Main. We'll go... E-Temp. Impulse. Pass. And pass. Temp. Here comes TKS. TKS hits the K command. I mean, hitting the Sire could be an option, but yeah, the K command is the better choice. Another Talisman. Play the Hedge Maze. Trigger. Sprawl to Yard. Talisman. Pass. So next turn we do have the Sire on board, as long as they don't hit me with another TKS. Here comes the TKS beatdowns. We need to draw off the top. Draw. That's not what we want to see. But if I was on end step, yeah, double TKS is quite the thing. I guess we could have tucked the Sire underneath the Lab, but there's no guarantee that we're going to draw into the land is the problem, right? Go Breeding Pool tapped, Stomping Grounds tapped. It doesn't really matter too much. And draw. Ugin gives me a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin Lab. No imprint. Ugin. No targets. Plus Ugin to 10. Utopia Sprawls, not it. We'll pass. So short of a line breaker, we should be fine. If they have a K command, X equals 3 here, find the line breaker, we're dead. So it comes down to line break. I guess also Herald. Herald will also save them. Yeah. 2 top, 1 bottoms, not encouraging. And there's the line break. Yep, you got it. Line break haste itself. 9-3, that alone can kill me. And dead. So this is Eldrazi Aggro. Lost for game 1. Yeah, double TKS will do that. We'll bring in Consign to Memory. Do we just drop the K returns? Yeah. And run it back. Yeah, the first one was fine. The second one was, well, damn. Because, yeah, if we had gotten the Sire on board, we would have been able to just kind of coast through. But like I said, there's no guarantee that we're going to draw into the land. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess... No, we actually knew for certain that we wouldn't because we saw the Utopia sprawl off top, didn't we? That's right. Unfortunate. Yeah, not too much could have been done there. Because, yeah, if we had taken the risk and returned Sire on end step, it would have just gone hit anyways. More likely than not. On the play for game 2. We can hold up Consign. It's not the best, not the worst hand. It's palatable. Temp, pass, and pass. Lab, imprint, Mindstone. Hit that Heralds. Another K command, so we can get rid of the Hit that Heralds. So yeah, if they just cast into Consign, we're fine with that. And then we K command the Hit that Heralds and Ramp, trying to get to either Ugin or Sire. That would be the idea. Two down to 18. Cavernous Souls does make my life difficult. Flesh Rake resolves. We'll pass the end step. Fetch with Windswept Teeth for a Hedge Maze. Myco Spawn. Do like the looks of that. Put that on top. So I can do a few things. I'm going to play the Forest. I'm going to pass and hold the K command. The Flesh Rake does make me a bit concerned, but we want to kind of hold in case of a TKS. I do want to get rid of that Cavernous Souls as well, if possible. If they don't have the TKS and we're just able to K command X equals 2, question is, do we get rid of it that Heralds? Or if we just scry draw. There's the Line Breaker. Line Breaker has Trample. So it'd be 2. How big would that be? I can shrink it. It'd be 3, 3, 6, 6. Yeah, I'll K command. Exile it that Heralds. So it shrinks it by 2. We'll take the 8 down to 7. The Jukabog, target me. Talisman, unfortunate. So we could K command again, getting rid of the Line Breaker. We could also get rid of the Flesh Raker, is another thought. Alternatively, I can Mycospawn Kick, hit the lab. I think I do that, actually. Go for a E-temp. And I'm gonna scry draw exile. Alright, well, we have enough for Sire next turn and the hold up consign. Wastegate 5. They can haste the Wastegate, but it doesn't have trample. We block. Oh, that's lethal. Damn. I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? Nope, they got it. Damn. Could we have played that differently? And I guess I forgot about the fact in that situation that Flesh Rake hits me for 2 there. And that 2 is then doubled by the line break for all intent and purpose. I mean, I guess I could have... No, I guess I could have held up the Hedge Maze and countered the line break's triggered ability. If I had done that, I guess we could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Would have left a spawn, would have left the Hedge Maze, would have given me a temple. So that's X equals 2 for the K command. So we could have either have countered the Wastegate or... Well, no, I guess the Wastegate would have then bounced the Myco. Which would have been an issue in its own right. Could the better plan have just been to get rid of the line break? Maybe. That would have been another idea. Just go X equals 4, make some blockers, call it a day. I guess we wouldn't even have to do X equals 4. We could have done X equals 3, held up the Hedge Maze for triggers. That could have also been the play. X equals 3 would have given me 7 the following turn. Could have played the Sire. We still might have been in trouble just because of the Flesh Rake, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I think in retrospect, what we should have done was earlier on, I had considered consigning the trigger of the line break, and maybe that would have been the right call. Yeah, that may have been the right call, in fact. Well, sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. The Cavern of Souls definitely threw a wrench into play. Unfortunate. But with that being said, well, I guess one other thing I could have done. Could I have... Thinking. Could I have Mycospawn for Breeding Pool? Would Breeding Pool have been enough? Would a shock down from what, 6 to 4? That would have held up Consign. So I could have countered the line break trigger. Been 4 down to 2 though, meaning that the flesh rake would just put me into a really bad position. Yeah, I don't know. Neither one seemed great there. Yeah, I think just the fact that the Cavernous Souls kind of just bricked my consign didn't help things. Well, not much you can do. Like I said, sometimes win some, sometimes lose some, and Eldrazi Aggro definitely is not a deck that I play against often, so knowing how to play around it is something that I'm still trying to figure out. Regardless, solid 3-2 at the end of 5. Can't complain with that. We had a loss to Belcher and a loss to Aggro. The game 1 loss to Belcher, I think I could have maybe come out if I played the World Break and exiled a blue source. If they didn't have the last blue source, then we would have been good. If they did, then it didn't matter. But I think instead of playing the Null Drift, we probably should have played the World Break. Aggro, not much to say there. They just, line break is a hell of a card. But that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you guys did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you'll learn from me and both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing my videos, which will allow me to start saving up towards a streaming PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you can get early access to my YouTube videos and any updates I make to my deck guides. With that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!